These are the 6 highest rated anime episodes of all time, and today for the next 24 hours, we'll be watching every single episode. But not only will we be watching, ladies and gentlemen, no, that's way too easy, but we set ourselves some challenges. For myself, I'll be trolling my TikTok followers for the next 24 hours with the most insane anime hot takes and trying to not get caught. I'm definitely gonna lose some followers, but who cares? And for my friend Devil, who will also be joining me in this 24-hour challenge, his challenge will be to get a girl on Discord to agree to be his girlfriend for the next 24 hours, and also to get her on a voice chat.
3, 2, 1.
My guy has control over his quirk.
The way he just like changed in mid-air like that. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Kawaki is killed like that? What? Hey, he's just spamming that attack. Holy. After watching 3 episodes, it was finally time for me and Devil to make our moves. Now I do have to admit I was a little nervous for Devil, because contrary to his name, he's actually an absolute angel, and he had absolutely no clue how Discord worked. I gave him an advice to basically spam every single girl in this Discord server. Now when I say spam, boy, did he spam the hell out of this server, and later would get in trouble for it. And for me, I went with this TikTok. Does Levi stand a chance in the Demon Slayer universe? The answer is no, and here's why. First of all, we know for a fact that when it comes to using a sword, without doing all this Spider-Man stuff, Levi would absolutely be useless. I mean, come on, get him in front of Akasa, and Mama is gonna join Big Bro Rengoku in the afterlife, having the same, if not a bigger donor inside him. Definitely a hot take, because Levi would absolutely have zero difficulty adjusting to carrying a Nichiren blade, since he literally carries a sword himself. But to my surprise, the comments were really nice, and some even welcomed me back, which made me feel good. But little did I know the absolute abuse I would be getting a few hours from now.
One of the stupidest things I have heard in a while. Your hot takes are trash takes. Bro, why are you making satire videos for views? Brody needs views bad. This IQ the biggest miss on TikTok. Are you pregnant? Cause you're having mood swings in every video.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
And then we watched what would be the first episode of 20 Attack on Titan episodes. After this challenge, I can proudly say I don't want to see another Attack on Titan episode for the rest of my life. Obviously, I'm joking, but man, the favoritism was so real in this one. Each time I watched a new episode of an anime I've never seen before, I really got excited, and then boom, there was another Attack on Titan episode. I mean, it was cool at first. Who else wouldn't get hyped over seeing Erwin, and especially the earlier parts of Attack on Titan? And the other anime I really enjoyed was Black Clover. But if I had to choose my favorite episode within this entire 24-hour challenge, it definitely would have to be Steins Gate, particularly episode 22. That episode honestly made me wish I had watched this anime all the way through to this point, because of just how deep and beautiful the relationship between the main character and this girl, who I completely forgot her name by the way, was. If you have never watched Steins Gate, the dumbed down general plot of the series is you have this scientist who basically is trying to save this one girl by going back in time, and when he goes back in time, he sees her die a bunch of times, like a lot. Basically Tokyo Revengers. But he meets this girl who helps him out in the past, and they fall for each other. By the way, this plot is based off that one episode I watched. I could be wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk about how seriously cringy Zenitsu is as a character? I mean, all the guy does is yell, and it's so frustrating, man. Like, we saw what he was capable of time and time again in the story when he isn't complaining and he is asleep. And this is why, for the love of me, I cannot understand why they made this a character trait of his. I don't know about you guys, but I prefer this series Zenitsu way more than this goofy one. Watching this was so cringe. Not only had I made fun of one of the best characters, and honestly one of my favorite characters in the series, easily top 5, but I called him cringe. Then we watched episode after episode of Attack on Titan, anime, and I'm not gonna lie, man, I was starting to feel it, especially when Devil went to work. Now, granted, I was lucky enough to have other friends join me on this journey and just chill with me on Discord, but I'm not gonna lie, man, all I was thinking about was Devil and how he was doing on his journey to finding a girlfriend within the 24 hours. And then I reached episode 33, which was the 5th episode of To Your Eternity. And I'm not even joking when I say this. This episode absolutely broke me. Oh, that's even worse, dude. Not the little girl. Oh, man. Oh. Such a wholesome anime, man. I'm really nosy. I really want to see if that little girl survived. She gets resurrected in the modern arc where she is adopted by a family. Okay, I like that. That's all I needed to know, man. Thank God. Thank God. And then right away in the next episode, I watched episode 22 of Your Light in April. Now, granted, I've never watched a single episode before this point in time. And man, I'm so ashamed because this anime is not only beautiful animation-wise and characters, but the music and everything was captured incredibly. I really loved that as someone who has not seen a single episode up to this point was able to appreciate the relationship of the main character and this girl. By the way, if you have not seen Your Light in April, from what I can tell, as explained by the girl, she was sick and constantly in and out of the hospital. So not knowing how long she had, she made a promise to herself to live life to the fullest. And finally talked to this boy who she's had a crush on since she was a little child. Halfway through it was time for me to post 2 quick TikTok videos. One Piece fans, it's time you all wake up from your deep sleep and just realize that my boy Tanjiro would absolutely rock Zoro's shit. My man Tanjiro is out here fighting demons that are literally invincible. Not only do they possess high regeneration, insane durability, and hundreds of years of combat experience, but Tanjiro is out here making them look like failure villains. There's not a single black character in the series, so Zoro has absolutely zero chance of defeating any villain. Get it? Because Zoro only defeats black characters? Forget it, man. It sounded way better in my head. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Rankings of King is legit the dumbest anime to come out in this winter anime season. This anime is the most overhyped pieces of garbage I've ever watched. And you might be wondering, Murask, you could have just easily stopped. Why carry on all the way through? And to answer that question, because I thought it would get better. It never did. First things first, why the hell did they think it was a good idea to make the main character deaf and unable to speak? Like, come on. And 2, this is honestly the one that gets me so pissed off. In the series, no one ever dies. Like, legit. Every time the main crew gets hurt, they are healed. Every single time. When they're fighting, there's literally no sense of danger or threat you feel as an audience member, because you know just right after they're done fighting, they're all gonna get healed. Don't even waste your time on watching it. What's up, my boy? Wala ya, bro. For the last 4 hours, I was honestly so over it. Watching anime for 20 hours was just, I almost went crazy. So instead of watching anime for the final 4 hours, I spent it watching Try Not to Laughs, Gideon, Onish Pranks, some Chris Hansen, EDB getting exposed, took a little journey back to the good old days of YouTube, and honestly just vibed out with friends. And to end it in a weird and a random video, we watched an S Family Exposed video.